Before watching the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and enable bell notification to never miss an update from us.
Hi everyone, welcome to Andrea Banking. This is Leena, English language expert, and in today's session, we are talking about 1 month strategy to crack SBI PO exam 2020. Yes, it is very important to have a proper strategy when you want to crack an examination. So, we will discuss some very important aspects to crack the examination, and I'll provide you the strategy to crack the examination. So without any further ado, let's get started with some important points. So as you can see on your screen, chart is given over here where you can see the topics which will be asked in your SBI PO English examination section. Okay, these are the topics which we have seen in the previous year question paper as well. So let's discuss about them, and then we will talk some more important concepts as well. So first of all, as you can see, starters and connectors are written over here. So this is the topic which is asked in the examination of SBI and IBPS as well. So because we are talking about SBI PO, so you will see question based on it. What is the meaning of starters and connectors? So I'll give you the brief idea if you do not know about it. You have two or more words or sometimes phrases where you have some more sentences given. Okay, you have 2 3 4 5 sentences given with some options, so you have to pick that one word, sometimes a phrase. Okay, you have to pick that one word or the phrase to connect two or more sentences. Okay, now what happens when we talk about starters? That word, that particular word we are choosing can be used at the beginning only. Okay, when you use that word, or you can only use that word in the beginning only, this is the concept of starters. What about connectors? The same thing apply there, but what is the difference? You can use that word or the phrase anywhere, in the beginning, in the middle, or at the end. Anywhere you can connect that word or the phrase. This is the concept of starters and connectors. So what do you understand by it? That you should have the good command over the grammar, the fundamentals of grammar. Okay, you should have the good command over the fundamentals of grammar. That is how you will be able to get the answer of these questions, starters and connectors. Why? Because most of the time you will see these words are based on adverbs, and some phrases you will also see, like you will have although, moreover, in addition to, and you will have to pick them up and join your sentences. Okay, so grammar is required. Then you will have match the column as well. This is the part of connectors as well, where you have some words and you have to connect them, or you have two columns and you have to connect them, so we can call them connectors as well. But this is the different kind of pattern which we have seen in the last 1 or 2 years. Match the column. Okay, so you have to join two sentences which can make a meaningful sentence. Okay, error detection, sometimes we call it error spotting as well, when you have 1 or 2 sentences and there is some problem, and you have to detect where is the problem, and you have some options, and you have to pick one appropriate option to correct your sentence. This is called the error detection. So we need grammar here as well. How would you correct your sentence? You need the grammar, right? You need the grammar. Sometimes these errors are based on vocabulary as well. Okay, it can happen that you have used a noun, but we need the adjective here. That is also related to grammar, but we can call it vocabulary part as well. So grammar is required in all these sections. What about sentence improvement and phrase replacement? Sentence improvement, where you have a sentence which is not correct. Okay, so if there is a chance to correct it, so you can choose any of the options, the appropriate one, to correct your sentence. What happens, sometimes a word is underlined or in bold, sometimes a phrase is underlined or in bold, so we call it a sentence improvement, sometimes phrase replacement. So basically you have to improve your sentence, right? Got it? So what happens, what happens, sometimes there is no scope of any improvement, so you will have options like there is no correction is required, no improvement, no correction, so you have to choose that option in that case. Am I clear to you? And you have one odd one out question as well, where you have to out the odd one, okay? And then you have filling the blanks. We all are aware of this concept. We, since childhood, we are in touch of these kind of questions of filling the blanks. So we need the concepts of grammar again for this part and for this part as well. So what do you understand? This is the main part of your English section. You will see a lot of questions based on these concepts or these topics like starters, error detection, match the column, filling the blanks, and you need grammar for them. If you're not aware about any concept of grammar, if you do not understand grammar, you won't be able to get any of the correct answers. Okay, now we have some more questions which you will see in your examination, like close test. What is the meaning of close test? You have a paragraph, mostly an unseen paragraph. If you are not in the habit of reading, then it will be an unseen passage for you, because you're not aware of it, because you are not in the news, not in the touch of news, you're not very well updated. So for that, you must have the habit of reading newspaper. What will you do? You have to have the habit of reading the editorial of Hindu. Okay, the Hindu. Okay, so it is very important. You will see the huge improvement in yourself if you have the habit of reading the newspaper every day. Okay, every day try to read at least one editorial. Not do not read it thoroughly, but try to understand the meaning and try to underline whenever you see any concept of the grammar. Okay, sometimes you will see the relative pronoun, so mark it that the sentence has the relative pronoun, so we can use the relative pronoun in that sense. Okay, you can also mark vocabulary as well. Okay, because the vocabulary are repetitive in your newspaper. So once you have the set of vocabulary in your notebook, you will see that the vocabularies are repetitive, and you will able to understand the context of the vocabulary. If you are not able to understand the complete passage or whatever is written over here, then you will be able to get the idea about it by using or by understanding the meaning of these vocabulary. So editorial is very very important. It's a must for you. If you are the aspirants of banking, then it is a must for you to read the newspaper. Reading comprehension passages, I think you are aware of it. You have the passage and you have some questions based on your passage and with some options, and for every question you have to pick one appropriate answer out of given options. Sentence improvement, we call it para jumble sentences as well, where the examiner has shuffled your sequence of the sentences. Okay, and you have to put them in the sequence to make it coherent, to make it meaningful. Okay, this is called the sentence rearrangement, and para completion is some kind of or similar to you're filling the blanks. Okay, but para completion is the concept where you need to choose the sentence, not only one word. Okay, so paragraph is kind of filling the blanks but slightly different, because you have some paragraph, a small paragraph, and you have to pick or choose the correct sentence to complete it. Okay, so what do you understand by these questions? That you need to improve your reading skills. Reading is a must. And what would you read for your examination? Do not read comics. Do not read comics because you have only 1 month. Okay, if you are not good at English at all, then I know it will be very difficult for you, but do not get disheartened. Try your best and try to read the editorial of the Hindu, and you will definitely see change in yourself in 1 week only. But it should be consistent. Okay, consistency should be there, because without consistency you will not get any idea about the changes, or about the, how the feel of the examination, how to crack it. So we have some more concepts which we will see in our examination. The questions like word association or word usage, where you should have the knowledge of vocabulary. And sometimes, especially in the examination of SBI clerical and IBPS clerical, you will see questions based on correctly spelled word, where some intentionally examiner has put some incorrect spellings, and you have to correct them. Okay, so these kind of question you will also see. Antonyms and synonyms is basically a part of vocabulary. You know the similar kind of meaning and opposite meaning of any word, that is called synonym and antonym. Antonyms means opposite and synonyms means similar words. So what would be your strategy, your 1 month strategy? This is the main thing we are going to discuss today. See, what do you understand? First thing is grammar. Okay, the part we have discussed in the previous PPT, grammar. And for grammar, you should have the knowledge of parts of speech. How many parts of speech are there? 8 parts of speech. Okay, so you should have the knowledge of parts of speech. You should have the knowledge of tenses. You should have the knowledge of voice. You should have the knowledge of narration, that is direct or indirect speech. And we have some more concepts like conditional sentences. Okay, we have some more concepts like question tags. So all in all, each and every part of English grammar is very important, because you do not know from where you can see the question or any kind of error or whatever it is. So it is very, very important. Second thing is vocabulary. You cannot run away from it. You have to have the knowledge of good vocabulary. If you do not have the vocabulary, the power of vocabulary, then grammar will not help you a lot. Okay, grammar will not help you a lot. So this is the combination of vocabulary and grammar. One more thing which is very, very important, this is reading. And what will you read for your examination? The Hindu newspaper, the editorial, especially the editorial of the Hindu newspaper. Now let us discuss exactly how will you do it. So give 2 hours every day to yourself for English, only for English. In these 2 hours, learn some vocabularies. Okay, learn some vocabularies. And I think you are aware of what kind of vocabularies you will see. You can have the idea about the phrasal verbs, one word substitution, antonyms and synonyms. Different kind of vocabularies we have categorized them with the different names like one word substitution and phrasal verbs, but they all are the part of vocabulary. So learn some vocabulary. And how will you do it? You can make a list every day. You can make a list every day for at least 5 words. Do not sit and learn 50 or 100 words in a day, because the next day you will forget them. Okay, so make a list of maximum 5 words every day and revise them in next day. And again, you have 10 vocabulary in the second day. Then what would you do? You will revise them in the third day. So this is the way you can learn your vocabulary. And you can also underline vocabulary. Underline the vocabulary in newspaper. Yes. But do not underline each and everything. Just go with the flow. Read it thoroughly with full focus. And whatever it is required, underline it. Okay, do not underline each and every word which is difficult for you. Do not read it, because it will get so boring for you, just underline some of the words, and write them in your notebook and revise them. Okay, and you can also mark some concepts of grammar as well. As I told you, when you have seen some kind of words and underline it, this is the adjective. Okay, okay, one more thing, when you make a list of these vocabulary, write parts of speech. Try to write parts of speech. What happen when you do it, you will get the help in the grammar section. Okay, when you have the idea what kind of words are called adjectives, what kind of words are called nouns or adverbs, this thing will help you in grammar section as well. So in these 2 hours you have to give some time to the vocabulary, maximum 30 minutes. Okay, give 30 minutes to your vocabulary every day. Now what about grammar? We have grammar part. So if you are aware, or if you are well prepared for your examination, or you just need to practice them, then what would you do? Go for the mock test which are available on Entry app. Okay, mock test is very compulsory for you. Go for the mock test. Try to attempt one mock test every day and practice a lot by our classes which are given on Entry app, also on YouTube channel of Entry app banking. Practice a lot. So because you have only 1 month, you cannot go through each and every concept. Do not do that. What would you do? Practice mock test, or if you have any book, you can practice from there as well. Practice and practice. This is the time when you have to practice a lot. Okay, so learn the vocabulary, and for grammar, do not try to learn or do not try to understand each and every concept. Just practice them. Whatever your teacher is teaching you, try to understand the concept there only. Okay, you will have different set of questions, different kind of questions. Sometimes you will see a question related to grammar, sometimes you see the question based on verb, sometimes you will see the question based on any other concept like conjunction, conditional sentence, adverb. So practice more questions and you will be able to understand the more concepts. Do not go for each and every concept of grammar because you have only 1 month. So this is the way you can you can get the expertise over your English section, vocabulary and grammar. And for this section you have to give at least 1 hour every day. Okay, and what about reading comprehension? Reading comprehension, parajumble sentences, read the Hindu editorial. Okay, so minimum give it 30 minutes, 30 to 1 hour. Okay, so this is the strategy you should follow to crack or to get the good marks in your English section. So I hope you have understood each and everything. I'll see you next class. Till then, keep learning, keep revising all the things and practice a lot. Take care.